Shalom Yashala. I'm gonna start by saying all praise, all glory, all honor, all blessing, all power, all wisdom belong to our power, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Yakwakodash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that teach us well and rule well. Salutation to the Akim that's on the highways and byways doing this work in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth, and much respect unto the Akim and Aquaf that's in this truth that step in the way of righteousness in the name of Yahawah, Yahawashi Mashiach, and Shalom to those Akim and Aquaf that seeking this truth, right? And seek after the name of our power, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi. Shalom unto you. Today's lesson is about the MOTB, right? AKA the microchip, as concerning Revelation 13 and 16, right? Those things, those prophecy have been made manifest in those last days, especially to those starting with the elders and apostles of great millstone that have been speaking about this prophecy for almost 2 decades now, right? And to show you that the word of the Lord, that the word of Yahawashi Mashiach are faithful and truth, that our power is the true power, and it's the power of Yashala, right? Let's bring that scripture out real quick. Habakkuk chapter 2 verse 1. I will stand upon my watch and set me upon the tower, and will watch to see what he will say unto me, and what shall I answer when I'm reproved. See? Yashala, starting with you Akim, that's in highways and byways. We're supposed to watch for those things to come. Because with the prophecy, that's what the Lord will prove you. That's what the Lord prove you, that the thing is saying they are truth. That is what are faithful in truth, Yashala. Verse 2. And Yahweh answered me and said, write the vision and make it plain upon tables, that he may one that read it. When you read those things, you're supposed to run with it. You're supposed to teach our people as soon as the Lord reveal what this prophecy taking is. That's about to the Holy Spirit that the Lord gonna send upon us, right? Gonna sing to us, right? And the Holy Spirit will teach us all things, right? For the vision is yet for an appointed time, but at the end it shall speak and not lie. Though it tarry, wait for it, because it will surely come, it will not tarry. As you can see, Yashala, the visions is making plain, the Lord is making the vision manifest and make it plain upon table. Because that vision have reached the appointed time that the Lord has set, right? And now that vision is speaking loud and clear. The vision of the MOTB, the microchip, is speaking loud and clear. And it's not lying. Though it tarry, it's been a long time coming, because that prophecy was waiting almost 2,000 years ago. Now we wait for it, and now it's coming to pass. Starting with the elders, the apostles, they've been talking about it for 20 years, and now we're waiting for it, and now it's coming. It's making the Lord Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, our power Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, is making it plain upon table. We're seeing it in the news, because it will surely come, and it surely is coming, and it's not gonna tell you. That vision of the MOTB, which is the microchip, it's not telling you anymore. It's here. It's here to stay. For the word of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi have to be manifest upon this earth. That's exactly why we're in right now, right? Because I got a couple article and a couple videos too, right? Let's play. That video is from GMS upon precepts too, right? To all of your other Israelites camps, where is this mentioned in the Bible, right? We got our naysayers, our scoffers from our own Hebrew Israelites, right? That deny that Revelation 13 and 16 is talking about the microchip, the MOTB, and now they're being confounded. Most of them, they are quiet as a mouse right now. Right? Let's play the video. Well, where I'm at right now, the signal is very slow out here.
Last time you wrote an actual check or bought something with cash. Swiping and tapping our cards and our apps are not just the easiest way to spend money, they're the safest way, unless, of course, we misplace our phones or our wallets, and then it's a nightmare. It is hard to misplace your hands, however. And soon your hand may be all that you need to buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't. Because a company called Walletmore is developing a very teeny tiny chip. You see it there in the X-ray? Buy anything that you can afford and many things that you can't. Because a company called Walletmore is developing a very teeny.
You see, a company named Walletmore, right? The thing is, you got all those companies, those microchip companies, like springing out of nowhere. Why? Because the government is funding all those companies for a very long time. And we're gonna bring why you see all those things, all those companies, right? Last week there's like 3 of them, right? Now this week, now you got this one right here, the news talking about. That's the government, the Babylonian government, which is the U.S. government, is funding those companies, right? Like Walletmore.
Tiny chip. You see it there in the X-ray? That should creep you out. The chip is like the ones that are found in smart credit cards or debit cards, and the chip gets embedded just under your skin and makes your whole hand a credit card. Joining me now is Wojtek Perota. He's the CEO and founder of Walletmore. Okay, Wojtek, this is so futuristic and out there, but walk me through how it actually works.
Hey, so first of all, thanks for having me. Let's look at the chip as a super small part that you can use wherever contactless payments are accepted. So it's exactly the same NFC technology, which as a super small part that you can
see. Wojtek Perota, right? CEO and founder of Walletmore. When you look at this name right here, what kind of vibe it gives? You give it the vibe of the small hat, right? And they are the wicked of this earth, the Amalekite, the first of the nations, right? And that's the one that men want, that pushing these things in Babylon. Just like you have Billy the Gates, small hat. They're the one mostly pushing those things upon this earth, and especially in Babylon, right? And he's the CEO of Walletmore.
Use wherever contactless payments are accepted. So it's exactly the same NFC technology, which stands for near field communication, and therefore it can be used only for the near field communication payments. So therefore you cannot be tracked, you cannot be monitored, you cannot be spied with that implant, because it's exactly the same technology as credit card.
So here's my worry, is that you can accidentally buy something by just having your hand too close to a machine, or you could accidentally have your data all stolen by shaking someone's hand, because a lot of times we protect our cards in cases that can't be penetrated. But if it's in your hand, it's really hard to do that.
It's not that simple, to be honest. First of all, you cannot lose money when you are shaking hands with anyone, because the implant is the passive type and it doesn't have any internal source of energy, and therefore the only option to get the read of that implant is to put it in the near field of terminal. So therefore the other implant, which is inside of the other person's hand, is not capable of processing information. You need to have that source of energy, and only terminals that you can see at the moment are capable of providing that energy. So that's one thing. The other thing is that you definitely cannot lose your money because of the fact that you tap in a random place. Why? Because the implant is so small compared to the credit card. Normally, of course, when you tap the credit,
see, will you get a bank card chip and set it in your hand? You see, those things, those chips are being funded by the banks. See, who own the Federal Bank, the Central Bank out in the world? The small hat, the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, the elite of the elite of Esau Edom, the ruler of this world, right? Let's go to Ephesians, right? Ephesians 6, verse 2, verse 10. Finally, my brethren, be strong in Yahawashi and in the power of his might. Put on the whole armor of God, that you may be able to stand against the wiles of the devil. You see? When you see the prophecy coming to pass, right? You run with it, you go speak it, right? But you pray unto a power Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, and you believe in the word of Yahawah bahasham Yahawashi, and you put that whole armor. Be strong, right? You see? All those lies, protection, this protection, that. With all those technology, someone gonna got something better to steal your information, right? It's them doing I call that damage control, right? Because they know those things gonna happen. People gonna steal your information and everything. They know that this thing gonna happen. Verse 12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood, but against principalities, against powers, against the rulers of the darkness of this world, against spiritual wickedness in high places. We're fighting against spiritual wickedness in high places, Yasha. And those federal bankers, they're in high places, right? They're the one that make move, because they're on those banks. They got the power to shake things up. They're the one that making those moves, right?
card, the terminal, it gets the read instantly. With the implant, it's a little bit different because you need to be super precise. And therefore, if someone is touching your hand, finding this perfect sweet spot, because that's how we need to look at it, you would realize at least 10 times that something is going on with your hand. So that's
do you have it? Wojciech, do you have it in your hand right now?
Yeah, of course. Actually, the X-ray that you saw was from my hand, and that's how it looks on my hand.
So show me your hand. Is it possible to see it at all? It's just barely standing out, right? Like it looks like maybe a little like a scar.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm popping it a little bit.
Oh man, that's crazy. Did you have a doctor insert it?
Yeah, of course, that's part of the deal because we are only building the implants, and when it comes to the installation,
as you can see, it's a payment system under your skin, too futuristic. Okay, they're selling something that's for the future, right? And it's coming full head on, because those people are not playing. They want the new world order, and they want it now, Yasha Allah. And they know that they're running out of time. They're wanting, if they have to get everything under control now. It's like we are like one how would you say that one catastrophe way to have these things full blown, right? To have the MOTB, the microchip full blown, right? When they bring it out full blown, right? And they're gonna make it happen by any means necessary, yashallah, right? And what they're gonna use? The pharmaceutical uh, companies, right? And exactly that's what's going on right now, yashallah, right? Let's go to the prophecy and read it for yourself, right? Let's read it, yashallah. Revelation chapter 13, verse 16. And he caused all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell, save he that had the mark, or the name of the beast, or the number of his name. Who passed the bill uh, to finance those companies that come in with those MOTB, with those microchip? Babylon. It's not only in America those things happening. It's happening globally. Who's at the head of the federal bank, federal system in America? The small hats, the Amalekite. They're the one at the top of it, and they're the one that finance those those uh those chip makers. Next thing you know, you're gonna have like 500 companies doing those things, so they can hide their wicked counsel away from our people, right? Verse 18, his wisdom, let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 600 score and six. Kala Yahawashi Yahawashi, Bahasham Yahawashi, right? That the Lord has revealed those things, those prophecy unto us, that they have made known those prophecy unto us through the elders, the apostles of great millstone, and all the Akim that teaching the same doctrine throughout the four corners of the earth, that those things has made known unto us to know those things. Right, Yashallah? That's exactly the time we are in. And what they're gonna use? They're gonna use the pharmaceutical system, the pharmaceutical like doctors, to implant those things in your hand. Right? And that's exactly what they're doing. Let's bring one scripture out, right? Revelation 18, right? And 20 and 23. Like you said, like it's gonna be the pharmaceutical companies, right? The pharmaceutical system in America, especially throughout the four corners of the earth, they're gonna implement those things, right? And this verse is talking about Babylon, right? And Babylon is that the four wonders of those things. Look how much money they invest, like $58 billion, right? We're gonna bring that article up and show you how much money they're investing on those things. Revelation chapter 18, verse 23. And the light of a candle shall shine no more at all in thee, and the voice of the bridegroom and of the bride shall be heard no more in all in thee. For thy merchants were the great men of the earth, for by thy sorceries were all nations deceived. This man just said, you can go to your doctors, the farmer, they're gonna funnel those microchip, the MOTB, to different pharmaceutical companies, right? Or stores to implant those things in people. And those things gonna be towards the four corners of the earth. You see, because by that sorceries were all the nation deceived, right? Let's go to that sorceries, right? Merchants. Those people are merchants. Like the guy looking at, right? This is the CEO of Walletmore. He's a merchant. He's selling those things. Into the pharmaceutical system, those things gonna be sold to the people. That this thing gonna help you. That those things gonna help you function better, right? The use of the administering of drugs. They're gonna be administering the microchip, right? To the doctors, the pharmaceutical companies, the pharmaceutical system. Sorcery, magical arts often found in connection with idolatry and fostering by it, right? Metaphorically, the deception and seduction of idolatry. You see, they're gonna mark you with those things. You can accept the way of the system, right? You see, the thing is come out to pharmakia. That's exactly the time we are in, Yashala, right? Let's see what the guy said again, right? What the devil said again.
We want the whole experience to be as safe as
A little like a scar.
on my hand.
So show me your hand. Is it possible to see it at all? It's just barely standing out, right? Like it looks like maybe a little like a scar.
Yeah, as you can see, I'm popping it a little bit.
Oh man, that's crazy. Did you have a doctor insert it?
Yeah, of course, that's part of the deal because we are only building the.
Do we have a doctor insert it? You see, they got those pharmaceutical companies, right? And in every corners, right? Or the stores, the pharmaceutical stores where you can go like just like you get the job, right? You go to like onto this CVS, Walgreens. They got all those things and set up, and the infrastructure and it's set up exactly the way they wanted it, right? For a very long time, they got all those things blocked. If you go to Jake cities, you're gonna see all those things. You're gonna see CVS, Walgreens. There's another company. There's a bunch of them in Jake's neighborhoods, right? Even Eastwood neighborhoods, right? And full load, and those things gonna be implemented or administering in all those places, right? In all those cities throughout the four corners of the earth. And they're gonna see doctors, dentists, all kind of those people, right? Hospitals, they can use all those people to administering, right? The chip, the MOTB, right? And see,
As well.
these things, there's another video, right? MOTB update, speaker Terry Cook, right? From brother YAHAWAH, right? And then speak.
Is that there is an economic plan for the New World Order, and that is called the New World.
As Stephen was talking about, that's his economic plan, right? The bank is using those people to do their own thing. That you cannot buy or sell, right? Like they said, you cannot buy or sell. That's an economic New World Order, right?
Economic order. In addition to those two items, there is a third plan for religion. You see, the planners of the world know that men need a religion of some kind, even if it's a false one. So they have a plan to give us a new age world global occultic religion. So really there's three aspects to this new world order. A new world economic order in which a computer chip will be injected into our hands or foreheads as a means to track, control, and identify us, and will also be used to make our purchases and scan it.
Well, they've already put the program in Los Angeles. In fact, a trilateralist named Mayor Bradley, Uncle Tom Bradley, was responsible for putting this in dogs.
Right.
And your children will be considered like animals, and operating through the Council on Foreign Relations, through the Trilateral Commission, through the Club of Rome, through Global 2000, which wants to reduce the population of the planet by, 25%. 25, that's 1,250,000,000 people have to be exterminated by the year 2000.
Well, they can do that.
So essentially, this technology, this Illuminati then is the group of men who control not only all the money on the planet through all the world banks and the Federal Reserve and so on, but they control essentially all the governments. And so these men are planning to bring about a global form of government that's unique in all history. It's a total enslaving system of world communism and fascism, controlled by a hierarchy in Europe that Anthony calls what? The oligarchy.
Well, no, I call it the evilarchy.
The evilarchy.
The oligarchy of evil.
So these men are satanically inspired, and of course we get that term from the Bible, which means the devil. They're satanically inspired to bring about a global form of government to every nation on earth.
As you can see, they're planning against YAHAWAH, right? That's exactly they're doing, right? And they're not hiding it. Let's go to the article that we have, right? The article is from CNBC, right? Biden signed China competition bill to boost U.S. chip makers, right? Chip makers, right? See, this still come to rules, right? President Joe Biden signed into law a bipartisan bill that aimed to boost U.S. competitiveness with China. That's the rules they're using. That's the console they take together, right? To act like, oh yeah, that's the competition against China. That's the rules. Okay? Just to make sure that the people take the MOTB or the microchip, especially targeting our own people, right? Because like he said, in second address, right? Let's go to it, right? Second address, chapter 15, verse 46. And do Asia that are partaker of the hope of Babylon. You see? Then in accordance, China is part of Asia, right? Then in accordance with Babylon, with America, and at the glory of a person, go unto thee, wretch, because thou art made thyself like unto her. You see, they're lying, they're taking counsel against the children of Israel. Because they have to sell that they think is a competition. That if they don't implement this thing, China gonna surpass them. And China gonna do the same thing in its own country. If they don't do these things, Babylon gonna surpass them. America gonna surpass them. That's where the rules came from. And you have to be a spiritual man to see those things. And has decked thy daughters in whoredom. See, they believe in the witchcraft of Esau, Edom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers. Their lovers. They're in accordance. They want the same thing, which I've always desired to commit whoredom with thee. See? They're doing this thing together because they know what it's about. Because they want economic stability. They want world control. The part of the new world order. It's the peon that's in this world that doesn't understand what's going on. Let's read it. President Joe Biden on Tuesday signed a bipartisan bill that aims to strengthen U.S. competitiveness with China by investing billions of dollars in domestic semiconductor manufacturing and science research, right? Science falsely so-called, right? Today is a day for builders. Today's America is delivering. Biden saying of the signing ceremony outside of the White House, it was joined by a crowd of hundreds, including tech executives, union presidents, and political leaders from both parties. See? Tech executive, tech CEOs, right? Like this man right here. You see that I was just talking, right? Tech, right? The CEO of Walletmore. Those are including tech executive CEOs. You got a bunch of CEOs, executive popping up all over the places, and all the news talking about them making chips. The bill dubbed the chips and science art. You see, that's an art now, okay? That's what I'm saying. They're trying to make your body an art. You see, technology, you're gonna make technology with man. See, companies producing, including more than 52 billion for U.S. companies, right? These companies of Walletmore, one of those companies, right? Producing computer chips as well as billion more in tax credit to encourage investment in semiconductors manufacturing. He also provides tens of billions of dollars to fund scientific research and development to spur the innovation and development of other U.S. tech. Okay? All those things is part of the infrastructure bill that they put in last year. And this time last year, right? All those things are all the way set up. All those infrastructure for those things are already set up. The 6G, the 5G, the 6G, all those things, the internet ways, all those things are all set up to function just the way they're supposed to be functioning. And they're being developed with warp speed, Yashala. And they're not missing their mark. The Biden administration also contended that the legislation will unlock hundreds of billions more in private spending in the industry. See? When they say industry, that means those things is vast, Yashala. That thing is bigger than you may think. Industry, those things is spread throughout the four corners of the earth. When they're talking about industry revolution, right? Like Schwab's talking about the fourth revolution, right? The fourth industrial revolution, right? The fourth industrial revolution. Is that something that was happening in Babylon? It was happening worldwide, throughout the four corners of the earth. The White House said Tuesday that multiple companies spurred by the CHIPS bill have announced more than 44 billion in new semiconductor manufacturing investment. You see, from the $52 billion they invested, the government invested, right? Other companies are invested $44 billion more. You see what we're going through, Yashala? That thing is bigger than you might think. And of that sum, 40 billion is coming from Micron investment in memory chip manufacturing. Memory. Micron is one of the biggest companies for microchip. You see, Micron, You got Wallet More and Micron. Those are big. That's some of them are small. Some of them are big companies that there's investment going on too. Financing by the elite of Esau Edom, the small hats. To what I would say, the company initiative will yield 8,000 new jobs and boost the U.S. market share of memory chip production to 10% from 2%. Inshallah, we were at 2%. Millions was being produced throughout the four corners of the earth at 2%. Now they think it's including 10%. And 8,000 new jobs. Inshallah. A new announcement partnership between Qualcomm, Global Foundries, meanwhile including 4.2 billion in chip production as part of an expansion of Global Foundries. See, like I said before, they thanks the Global Foundries of State New York facility to what I was said. This thing is global. Advocates say the funding is needed to sharpen America's technological edge and reinvigorate its lagging chip industry. The US produces only about 10% of the world's supply of semiconductors, where East Asia accounts for 75% of global production. Like I said, Asia and Babylon, they are in bed together, Yashallah. Including most of the top tier chips, according to YAHAWAH. You see the game they're playing, Yashallah. One of them is playing good cop, and they're playing bad cop. You have to see the game they're playing. And the elite are funding both sides of the chip. They're funding Asia, they're funding the West. Babylon. And again, let's keep reading, right? Semiconductors are a critical piece of an array of products, including consumer electronics, automobiles, healthcare equipment, and weapon systems. Healthcare have to be it. You know what healthcare come to? The pharmaceutical industry, companies, and systems. Yashallah. America is won by the pharmaceutical industry system that is worldwide. That's where we at, Yashallah. Let's get the second article. The second article is about a bank system, right? It's about a bank system that say, what will you do? Will you take the microchip? That's what the second article is about, right? And that's where we at, Yashallah. As you can see, those things are being manifest, and that is the warning as a watchman for Yashallah. This is the warning for you, Yashallah, right? That don't take those things, Yashallah. Let's read it. Why we shouldn't take those things, right? Revelation 14 and 9. Revelation chapter 14 and 9. And the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of God, which is poured out without mixture unto the cup of his indignation, and he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels and in the presence of the Lamb. If you take that mark and you worship that beast, you accept their ways of the way they're gonna implement it, right? The microchip, and you bow down to the image of the beast, you're gonna be tormented with brimstone, Yashala, in the presence of the holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb, which is Yahawashi Mashiach. Destruction is coming for you if you take that microchip, right? That's exactly what's going to happen to you if you take that chip. This is the warning unto Yashala. And with that, I hope you brothers and sisters was edified. I'm gonna give all praise, all glory, and honor be to our power, Yahawah, bahasham, Yahawashi, bahasham, Yakwakudash. Double honors to the elders and apostles of great millstone that teach us well and rule well. Salutation to the Akiam that's in the highways and byways doing this work in truth and sincerity throughout the four corners of the earth. And shalom to the Akiam and Akwaf that's in this truth that step in the way of righteousness in the name of Yahweh, Yahawashi Mashiach. Shalom, Abod Babor, Kom Yashuala.